Well, 2021 is over in a flash, wasn't it? This was probably one of the fastest years ever. Oh my god. I mean, kind of the last 2 years have kind of just flown by. A combination, for me, a combination of everything going on in the world and also doing school along with the channel. Everything has just kind of gone by in a flash, but here we are. I don't know if you're going to be seeing this on the last day of 2021 or at the very start of 2022, but yeah, 2021 was a crazy year. Here on the channel, we had a lot of uploads, a lot of new series started, finished some old series, had some big growth on the channel too. I think this was the last year from like the end of 2020 to now in 2021 has been the biggest growth that we've had on the channel yet. I think it started really back when we did when Neo The World Ends With You was announced. That was like when we started having a lot of growth here on the channel. And I'm hoping that we can continue that here in 2022. That would be really cool. I got some new stuff planned. I'll talk more about that in a minute. But yeah, the last year we started up some series, finished some old stuff, did some live streams, had a lot of crazy moments. This was the 5-year anniversary of the channel in general. So we had that big compilation of the first 5 years. We had I don't even know where to start on that. I heard a few days ago somebody was talking about how this wasn't a good year for video games, and I personally could not disagree more. And I know that that's very much a subjective thing, and it really depends on what video games you're looking at and what video games you're into. But in the video games I'm into, this was a big year for me. Let's see, we had Persona 5 Strikers at the very start of the year, Monster Hunter Rise, which I actually just got for Christmas, and I've been playing it. It's a ton of fun. Nier Replicant, which we've been playing on the channel. All really fun games. I guess Nier Replicant was a remake, but, Persona 5 Strikers was finally getting released in America. This year, though, I think, for me personally, in terms of video games, was a year of impossible things that I, at one point, would have said, is this even going to ever happen, finally happening? You have the Pokemon Gen 4 remakes, which, I'm going to be really honest, I'm pretty disappointed by how they turned out, like, very disappointed by them. Legends Arceus does look more interesting, though, so hopefully those will be better. But we had games that were just either taken forever or games that I just thought would never exist at all. Shin Megami Tensei 5 has been in development for years, and it finally came out this year. The Great Ace Attorney finally got released in the West. I haven't finished that one yet, but I've been playing it. It's a ton of fun. So that's a game I was wondering, would that ever even exist? Neo The World Ends With You. We finally got a sequel to The World Ends With You after over a decade and like 8 years of waiting from me, 8 or 9 years. I think I got that game on Christmas, and I think it was 9 years ago. So the original game. So having that finally come out was a dream game for me. And of course, the big one, the game that existed as a literal playground rumor and urban legend for over a decade, Metroid Dread came out this year. And I've played that. Fantastic game, really fun. Amazed that you can see I've got the, if I can figure out where to point, I've got the special edition right there behind me. They actually just happened to have that when I walked into the GameStop. They had like one copy of that left. But yeah, that's a game that I thought would never exist. That was literally just an urban legend for like 15 years. Like I'd only heard, just like the murmurings of it in like YouTube videos and stuff. You'd hear people murmur about Metroid Dread, but then nope, okay, it exists. Here it is. Announced and released both in 2021. This was a year with some of my favorite video game things, like just events of all time. One kind of bittersweet one was the ending of the Smash Brothers DLC characters, Smash Ultimate. A little bittersweet that that's over now, but it was a lot of fun. Like I said, one of my favorite video game things of all time. All of the announcements, all of the hype, everybody all over the internet getting together and talking about these things. It was a ton of fun. And ending on Sora was a really good choice. Ending on the character that, so many people wanted, myself included. And ending on the character that won the Smash ballot is a perfect way to end. Especially, once again, kind of a character that people thought would not happen. That's another character I'll throw in with like the Metroid Dread and the characters that people weren't sure. Another thing that's been big for me was Deltarune Chapter 2 finally released. Yeah, that was 3 years almost, and it finally came out. And it was absolutely fantastic. I am very excited for Chapter 3. Did I say Chapter 3 or did I say Chapter 2 at the start? I don't know anymore. But yeah, this was I would say this was a really good year. There were some other games. I think, did the Shin Megami Tensei 3 remake, and I think Skyward Sword HD, did those come out this year? They either came out this year or last year. So those are both games that might qualify if they came out this year. Next year's looking pretty cool too. We've got some games that we know have been announced. We've got Bayonetta 3 is one, Breath of the Wild 2, the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, Pokemon Legends Arceus, which is looking pretty like it has potential. I'm cautiously optimistic on that one. Rune Factory 5, which I think already released in Japan, is one that I'm looking forward to. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk is kind of a lesser known one. It's a spiritual successor to Jet Set Radio that I'm really excited for. Haunted Chocolatier, the new game by Concerned Ape, the developer of Stardew Valley, so it's like a follow-up to that. I know that Darkest Dungeon 2 is in early access, and that might be coming out next year, like fully, I don't know. And then maybe, just maybe, if we all hope and pray enough, maybe Digimon Survive will finally see the light of day. That game has been delayed so many times now. Maybe it'll finally show itself and we'll have a release date, because I think they did announce that they did say 2022. So maybe. But yeah, I have big plans for the channel in the next year. I can't really say anything yet on what we're going to be doing, but I'm already working on finishing up Radical Dreamers. And once we finish that up, I think I know what we're going to do next. It's going to kind of replace that as more of a intermittent thing that we do on the channel, less regularly than the main games that we're playing. And then I have some other stuff I want to do. I just kind of am having to wait for the right timing on the channel because I don't want to have too much going on all at once. Because we've got the 2 series that we do more regularly. We have the 1 series that we kind of sparse in throughout there. We kind of spread it out a little bit further. And then we have just the stuff that we do, like the trailer discussions and stuff that we just do whenever something happens, So, I like I said, some of the things might be live streams. We've got some live stream plans. Nothing concrete, except for maybe one's kind of concrete on what I want to do. I just need to figure out, if I'm going to be able to do it, because I need to see if I still have the stuff for it. And I need to, get it all in order and just wait for the right timing when we've maybe finished a game. Or maybe it would be like a special thing. I don't know. It's going to depend. But like I said, this has been a pretty cool year overall. Things, like like personal, like with this the world, things have still been kind of crazy, I know in my personal life things weren't all necessarily the best this year. I had some deaths in my family, which was not great, unfortunately. But that's more, I'm not going to really focus too much on that. I'm going to try to just keep things more on the positive. But yeah, in terms of the channel and everything, I'm hoping for 2022 to be a better year than even this one was. I think this was our best year yet. I would say before this year, I think it was 2018 when Deltarune Chapter 1 released was our first, what I would call the best year of the channel so far. And then I'd say this was the new best year of the channel, both in terms of what we've done on the channel and in terms of the growth. So I'm really hoping that we can continue that, keep that going into 2022. More kind of a combination of the growth, but also just in what we're doing and just like having some really, really fun stuff on the channel. And I do have some plans. It's just that I need to make sure that they're all ready to go and waiting for the right timing. But like I said, I'm hoping that you guys had a cool 2022. What were your favorite moments of the year? Let me know in the comments. What were your favorite games of 2022 or 2021? Was it Metroid Dread? Were you also, like me, a big fan of The World Ends With You and really excited for the sequel? Are you an Ace Attorney fan like me? Was there something else? Probably some stuff that I forgot. I guarantee you there are some games that I forgot. So yeah, let me know what what were your favorite things in 2021? And what games and stuff are you most excited for in 2022? For me, I'd say my favorite thing of 2021, probably between Neo the World Ends With You and Deltarune, with Great Ace Attorney and Metroid Dread taking in a close second along with Smash. And for next year, I'd say the games I'm most excited for are probably Breath of the Wild 2 and maybe like probably Bayonetta 3. I know Haunted Chocolatier I'm excited for, but that's not necessarily going to come out in 2022. Matter of fact, there is no release date. That could come out, in 5 years for all we know. But yeah, I don't know if I really have anything else much to say. 2021, crazy year. 2022, let's make it the best year yet. Let's do that. If you are interested in anything we do on the channel, I guess you know what to do. You know how YouTube works. You've been on YouTube before. Don't lie to me and say you haven't. You've been on YouTube before. Unless you haven't, I guess. Which is possible. Unlikely, but possible. So, if you haven't been on YouTube before, ask somebody that has what to do on a YouTuber that you like. That's what you gotta do. And then they'll tell you what to do. I'm not gonna tell you. Every other YouTuber on the channel will tell you. I'm not gonna. But I hope to see you again sometime. Bye. What was that outro? That was so weird. Okay.